Hi, my name is Brett Elison, and I am the author of the book, The Mormon Mafia and ME. And this is not a sales job. I'm not trying to get people to read my book. I'm trying to open their eyes as to what's happening within both the LDS Church and the Department of Justice. I'm going to start a series of these videos. This will be the introduction, and in case you don't want to read the book, I'm going to just take each chapter one by one and explain to you the evidence that I have in this case that will leave several attorneys exposed with committing felony crimes in the embezzlement of my parents' $250 million estate, which is now being protected by the Department of Justice in order to keep the LDS Church from being exposed to unprecedented damages to a major religion. So I'd like to just read a couple of paragraphs to give you an idea. And in the introduction, I call this, "Nobody wants to believe me, and yet nobody can prove me wrong." If you look at one of my videos where I promise anybody my Lamborghini and my home, if any attorney, any judge can prove my allegations wrong, I'll gladly give them to them, because in the last 5 years since I've been filing cases, none of them have been able to. So let me start. I am writing the story of my family and the crimes that continue to be committed against it, with the hope that it will make the public aware of what individuals in positions of power are doing after swearing an oath to enforce the laws of the land and uphold the rights granted by the Constitution. These blessings, which we assume are protected and taken for granted, have been denied to me and my family since February of 2019, when this battle began against both the church and state. I want to interject here and say, following the death of my mother, me and my dad went to Kirton McConkie to say, what's the status of my mom's assets that were supposed to go to my dad? And they said, "We're sorry we have to meet under these circumstances, but we have an undisclosed conflict of interest, and you will need to sue us to protect your interest as a beneficiary and a settler." Here's my dad's estate, and they're telling him, "Sorry, we just pretended we were representing you, but we really didn't." So let me continue. I challenge the reader to find anything comparable to this ongoing crime in any history book, which now includes the subsequent and ongoing acts of aggravated retaliation against me and my family by some of the most prominent and trusted people in the country. This includes this matter was served on the Attorney General Merrick Garland and the Attorney General of the state of Utah, Sean Reese, the Governor Cox. Our Chief Judge Robert Shelby is fully aware of it. So I'll continue. Indeed, this matter is being purposely ignored by the Biden administration, even though this Templegate makes Watergate seem so little in comparison that it would not have even made the 6 o'clock news. The defendants' only hope is to silence their accusers' voices before this story is spread so widely within society that their criminal actions will forever be public knowledge, with the accompanying shame the defendants have worked so hard to deserve. As I said, this is going to be a series, and I've got several chapters, and I want to show all the evidence I have. So I hope you'll forward this to anyone you know, especially if you know attorneys or judges or any political figures or news media journalists who could take on this story. I would greatly appreciate it on behalf of both myself and my family. So I'll also just, leave this with that this is not just a plea for help from my family. It's a warning as to what can happen to you as an innocent victim who entrusts an estate or any assets to a crooked attorney in the crooked law firm. So thanks for watching.